Hi, I'm John Walsh, and welcome to the Belmar Arts Center's Rebirth Member Salon. The theme of Rebirth for this member salon was chosen so the artists can exhibit work that highlight those areas of our lives which provide us with new life and new beginnings. The Rebirth Salon points the way to revitalizing inspiration gained from all of our surroundings and the people around us. From a baby's happy smile to the sun rising over the sea, these highlighted moments give us strength and lift our hearts. These special moments offer hope, joy, and the promise of the future, which right now we all need. Throughout this virtual show, I'll be reading artist statements that were provided alongside each piece. This show is an artistic stepping stone for the coming year of 2021, offering us a direction towards brighter days and where we can all eventually gather together again. Enjoy.
Anchor yourself firmly. The night is coming, and I will not see you again till dawn. I was lost all day. I searched for you but could not find you. Night was falling. At last I turned and you were there, my sunset. I always love when people gather, in good times and bad. We help and support each other, making us all a bit stronger for it. This photo of a relaxing day at the beach in the past is also one of the future, where again we will enjoy each other's company together. I work with trash, intercepted from its route to the landfill or picked off the beach. The goldfish was made from the many orange pill bottles I was given from a friend, hard plastic, 6-pack holders from Carton Brewing, and Dunkin' straws. Made sense to make a goldfish from all that orange. Wood duck was made from the top foil you find on a bottle of wine, pulled off in one piece. Beach trash collage is made from items I collected on my weekly beach cleanup at Sandy Hook. I seek inspiration from nature and work to create subjects that properly use the materials I have. Collages are the most meditative to create, much like the collecting of the materials is. Encouragement is a statue in the middle of Temple Plaza at the Crescent Moon Lake Oasis in Dunhong, China. The gardeners of the carefully manicured plants have kept the growth at a minimum, except for those stalks which stretches towards the hand of the goddess. She seems to encourage its growth. Solid Marriage is a rock formation in the desert region of Namibia. The two taller outcroppings remind me of a woman in a long wedding gown, with the groom at her side. The tree at the base represents the offspring which has managed to survive the harsh environment. Urban Growth documents the taking down of older buildings in Asbury Park, New Jersey, to make way for the rebirth of the city with new designs. The orange tops of the metal construction rods reminds me of flowers, promising a newer, brighter beginning. Morning, Spring Lake. I am attempting to do larger canvases that express what I feel in front of the subject. My son Anthony came home in early December with a new puppy named Ruby. We introduced her to the sand on December 13th. At first, it took some getting used to having a puppy in our home, but we have grown to love her. I will miss them when they leave in January. Monochromatic winter scenes are among my favorite subjects to photograph. Blizzards are brutal, but the new day is bright with the beautiful blanket of glistening snow. During these difficult times, I help lift my spirits by painting these 3 pieces. My hope is each will help manifest the same for others. My intention was to make something that would be evocative of the wishes and dreams I had for our children's future as a young parent. Blowing on the dandelion puff is like sending those wishes off into the future. Looking back, I see the evolution of their personalities as an ongoing rebirth year by year. I made the dandelion puff from 200 frayed silk organza fabric pieces, glued to thin wire and nestled into a pom-pom made of yarn. There is nothing as traditional or American as a red barn, but to see it reborn as a modern museum was truly inspiring, and the view of it from across a country pond made it an irresistible subject to capture in watercolor. In the middle of the 19th century, cabinet cards were a popular form of documenting families. Millions of these photos still exist, but they are severed from their context. We rarely know the names of the people in the photos. Instead, we are viewing the millions of these images that are still in existence as sacred objects that cannot be touched. My project rebirths them as images of new families who draw their identity from the natural materials now attached to them. The new names of these families are like traditional names which were derived from the labor a family was associated with. All the works are mixed media and are a part of a larger project giving new identities to the cabinet card subjects. Still Standing represents the insurrection between my interest in photographing trees and my work in clay. A charger plate at my birthday dinner, June 2019, with a leafless tree drawn simply in black on a white background, became the inspiration for a series of plates, bowls, cups, and trays. In retrospect, I realized that the tree on the charger is a representation and rebirth of my much-loved backyard trees. In this piece, the tree was carved, etched into the underglazed clay before the bisque firing, and clear glaze was applied by the brush of the final firing. In Flower Forever, emerged in gratitude for the reflowering of my miniature Meyer lemon tree, I repeated the process used in the first piece. The center flower was hand-painted and waxed before the rest of the bowl was glazed. New Day, Put on a Tie is the essence of rebirth. The clay decided what it wanted to be. As a small pitcher, its lid was too thin and wet, and it split. In its splitting, something new emerged. I saw a shirt collar and added a tie. The pitcher lived again and smiled. For final glazing, the shirt and the tie areas were hand-painted and waxed before the remainder of the pitcher was glazed. The metaphor for my clay piece, New Dawn, is really straightforward. New day, new light, fresh beginnings. Anyone who has seen a sunrise usually feels a spark of hope and optimism. I've always enjoyed watching the squirrels in my backyard. They are endlessly entertaining, and at times, when there isn't much to smile about, they always bring a smile to my face. They are easily bribed by peanuts, so when my wife or I open the back door, they are always there to greet us. This little guy was one of a litter of 4 born earlier in the year. I opened the door, camera in hand, and he peeked out of the hole in the tree to greet me with a smile. Brightens up my day every time. I painted this in my backyard during COVID lockdown this past spring. It reminds me that even after a long, difficult winter, spring always arrives and the garden renews. The limitless beauty and resilience of our natural world holds an abundance of information and profound importance for humankind renewal. This was an experimentation with painting over a panel covered in gold leaf. The sun is the only area left uncovered gold leaf. It was fun experiencing the gradient changes to the paint when painting over the gold leaf to create the depth and lights of the ocean. This is a mixed media piece with gold leaf, acrylics, and oil paints. Also, unusual is the light coming from behind the subjects as they race out of the water onto the shore. The sun has always been an inspiration for me, whether it's a sunrise or sunset. This painting is sunset with the black silhouette of trees. I love the oil paint because of the vibrant color palettes. Oysters have many symbolic meanings: success, happiness, joy. The pearl itself can be a symbol of peace and patience, that out of an irritating circumstance. Sand invading the soft flesh of the oyster, something beautiful is created. A pearl can also be associated with calm, strength, and protection, all things we need now more than ever. I reworked this painting several times, and I think at the end, what I was searching for was a feeling of calm and tranquility that we are all collectively searching for in life. The bright colors I began with gradually transformed into deeper, softer hues. The iridescent quality that shows itself in part of the painting reminds me of the silver lining that exists for all of us as we look towards a brighter and more peaceful future. The pieces I submitted are all sunrises from various locations. I truly love capturing daybreak, but I can't stand getting up and out the door at such an early hour. All the misery of barely sleeping and heading out into the darkness washes away when the colors of a new day start to appear. Every morning brings a fresh start and usually perfect lighting, colors, and shadows to make a new photo memory. I use a mixture of acrylic paints and old magazines to create collages that embody the power of women. I share my work with individuals of all ages and ask them to describe how they feel as they absorb it. I presented this collage to a 7-year-old girl, curious to see what resonated with her. After observing the piece for quite a bit, she looked up at me and said, "Liberty. Women are rising. The fire within our souls are igniting. Rebirth is happening." Chair 4 was painted from a photo that a friend had taken and captures the quiet of the early morning beach prior to the crowded chaos that we can all now barely remember. Shore Perspective depicts the drawing of a new day, gradually warming to a summer day of fun. Anticipation is as the title implies, waiting for the arrival of a sun-drenched day and all the joy that it brings to so many. My painting The Bright Spot is a part of a series of abstract seascapes I've painted. To create this work, I used oil paints applied with a palette knife on canvas. A rebirth can happen in the sky and ocean at all different times of the day. Here the sun is coming through the dark blue sky at the horizon line, so it becomes a rebirth, a bright spot of light reflecting on the water. This image was taken inside a tiny church located in the mists of the Grand Teton. It was a stop on the National Parks Tour, the last trip I was able to take before the pandemic hit. The layers in it intrigue me. The darkened sanctuary, the verdant tree line, the mountain range, the clouds rolling by behind it all. It suggests an inciting, promising pathway just ahead. I believe artists need to grow and change with the years, while still remaining true to their beliefs and statements. Whenever I start to get too tight, I work collage into my realism and oils. I love colors and always scale the heights in my palette. You may ask, why is this young man being baptized in the ocean outside of Ocean Grove, New Jersey? Ultimately, we are baptized to show that just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, we too might walk in newness of life. Romans 6:4. Baptism is a symbol of hope and rebirth. Taken during the height of the 2020 COVID pandemic, this photo symbolizes for me that there is a path forward, the rising sun representing peace and renewal. Taken in October, this photo symbolizes for me the beauty of the land in combination with the glory of the sun. The sun slowly and gently wakes up the dormant, sleepy land and welcomes it to a bright new day. Tempest enthralls, excites, absorbing the followers in its dark magic. The light emerges as truth appears. Cobalt canvas. Energy explodes without boundaries, seemingly burying land and sky. Storm builds.
Thanks everyone for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the Belmar Arts Rebirth Member Salon. If you'd like to purchase any of these works, head over to belmararts.org and click on the Gallery Store tab. Make sure to subscribe, like, and follow Belmar Arts on all social media, and check out belmararts.org for up-to-date information. You can watch other virtual galleries here and enjoy the art we have to offer from the comfort of your home. Again, I'm John Walsh. Stay safe, and we hope to see you real soon.